Love that. First sip of coffee a day. I gave coffee up for 5 years. Crazy! I know. I thought it was bad for me. It turns out it was good for me, so I started drinking it again. You don't care, right? What the hell cooking? What the hell cooking? What the hell cooking? Depends how you say it, right? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with today's Daily Scare Share. You can call me Pajama Grandma. In case you haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. So I know it is the first time you are being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. And right off the bat, I'm talking about what the hell. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. So I'm doing one thing a day that scares me from the book, Do One Thing a Day That Scares You. Challenged by my daughter earlier this year, obviously 201 days ago, to do something a day that stretches my comfort zone and gets me out of the rut that I've been living in. You might be thinking, but Sharon, you're still in your bathrobe. Isn't that part of your rut? I'm like, no, that's stretching my comfort zone in a lot of ways. Now, cooking, on the other hand, is the topic of today's Daily Scare Share challenge, or whatever we want to call it. And it says, handy dandy magnifying glass, in cooking, you've got to have a what the hell attitude. Julia Child, of course, said that. And Julia Child was a little before my time, but I did watch reruns of her. And cooking is not outside my comfort zone. Cooking is something I personally have done all my life, but I know so many people that don't cook at all. I have an aunt that hasn't cooked and she raised 3 kids. I have a cousin who doesn't cook at all and she raised 2 kids. And I was always wondering, you know, what do they do? What do they eat? Don't they starve? But they all grew up to be wonderful human beings. So obviously you can get through life without being able to cook. But today's challenge says, I tried this new recipe today, and then it says what happened. Now, this is actually a challenge for me because I haven't cooked with recipes in decades. I'm one of those weird people that used to read cookbooks when I was younger. I loved cooking and I was fascinated by it. I think cooking is an amazing creative outlet. And well, for me, it's an amazing creative outlet. Everything else, it's not for everybody, but I love cooking. And I would read cookbooks and got to the point where I haven't cooked with recipes for literally decades. It's been at least 20 years since I looked up a recipe. And now today, I'm going to actually do what my daughter does. I'm going to go online, I'm going to go on my phone, I'm going to look up a recipe, and I'm going to make something today because it's outside my comfort zone to use recipes. So I'm actually going to follow someone else's directions today and use a recipe. So what could you cook up today? How do you feel about cooking? Does cooking scare you? Is it outside your comfort zone? One of my sisters thinks she's a bad cook, but she's a great cook, but she just is a really good cook at a few things. And so this would be a great challenge for her today to find something and cook something outside her norm. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually commit to finding a recipe and cooking with a recipe today. And I'll let you know tomorrow what happened because heaven knows I haven't used a recipe and followed directions for so long. I might be in big trouble. Go out, make it a fantastic day. Don't be scared. You got this. Bye.